When a company moves its headquarters, replaces its CEO, or finalizes an acquisition, the corporate world moves fast. But federal export regulators operate on a rigid, unforgiving timeline. Failing to notify the Directorate of Defense Trade Controls of these internal shifts carries a steep penalty. Your ITAR registration becomes invalid, and every active export license freezes in place. To keep the business moving, you have to formally report these updates through a DS 2032 material change submitted online via the Defense Export Control and Compliance System, or DEXIS. Before you can even begin this process, you need three things: an active DS 2032 registration, a valid digital certificate, and empowered official access rights. This looks like routine administrative paperwork, but it dictates whether your entire company has the legal authorization to manufacture, broker, or export defense articles across the globe. Under ITAR Section 122.4, the baseline rule is strict. You have exactly 5 days after a standard corporate change to provide written notification to the DDTC. But there's a major exception. If a merger results in foreign ownership, you face a completely different clock. You must submit a 60-day advance notice directly to DDTC via email. Once the transaction closes, the clock resets to the standard 5-day DSEX update timeline. A common and dangerous assumption is that filing with the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, or CFIUS, covers this requirement. It does not. The ITAR 60-day pre-notification is completely separate and mandatory. Missing these specific deadlines turns what should be a routine corporate update into a direct violation of federal export compliance law. Here is the DSEX Industry Service Portal. After logging in with your digital certificate, you access the registration workflow right here from the application's drop-down menu. Before creating a new amendment, you have to check your calendar. The DCCS system has a major structural limitation. It cannot process multiple actions at the same time. If your annual registration expires in less than 60 days, you cannot submit a standalone material change. Instead, you must nest the material change information directly into your annual renewal submission. When updating the DS 2032, only alter the fields directly affected by the corporate event. For example, a shift in executive leadership goes in Block 6, while adding a new subsidiary goes in Block 8. Knowing how the government portal actually functions is just as critical as knowing the text of the regulations. Submitting the wrong action at the wrong time will lock your account and jeopardize your registration. Simply typing new names or addresses into the portal fields is not enough. The DDTC requires physical, legal evidence to authenticate the corporate changes you are reporting. A complete submission requires specific document uploads. Depending on the change, you will need to attach documents like amended articles of incorporation, clear before and after organizational charts, and a formal 5-day notification letter. That notification letter has strict formatting rules. It must be printed on official company letterhead and physically signed by a senior officer who is already listed in Block 6 of your registration. Looking at this DDTC guidance document, we see how the government communicates its receipt of your submission. For standard administrative or material changes, do not wait for a proactive acknowledgement email. The system simply doesn't send them. Once the package is fully assembled, the empowered official must apply their digital signature. After that, you must verify the submission status exclusively by checking the DCCS dashboard yourself. Until that dashboard shows your submission as accepted, the federal government does not recognize your corporate update, leaving you exposed to compliance risks. A successful DCCS submission relies entirely on the flow of information before the filing even begins. Most compliance failures happen because legal, HR, and compliance operate as independent silos, unaware of each other's timelines. Human resources and corporate development teams have to alert the empowered official well before the ink dries on a new lease, a new executive hire, or a finalized acquisition. To help you build this internal warning system, we have provided a 5-day corporate event alert template. Download it and distribute it to your leadership teams. As we see in this custom Stidens handbook, defense trade relies on 2 primary channels: direct commercial sales and foreign military sales. Now that your compliance administration is secure, our next video will tackle the strategic differences between these 2 export methods. Strict adherence to these filing windows prevents the sudden invalidation of your registration and the resulting halt of all active defense exports. This precision in administration keeps your operations moving across every international border.